What's up, guys? My name is SnyperSama, but you can call me Sniper. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going over my Immortal Lance build. So the whole idea behind this build is to never let up on guard and to never have to heal. You get a ton of defense, you get a ton of health regen, and honestly, it was just kind of fun to mess around with something a little different. So, that being said, let's go ahead and get started. First up, we have two Artean Lances, one Paralysis, one Blast. The reason for this is dependent on what the people I'm hunting with are also using. If they're using Paralysis, I don't want to stack on with it. I'd rather get a little extra damage, so we have one of each. And then we are rocking Numinous Crown Beta, Shroud Beta, Overlay Beta, so the coil, and the Greaves Beta, with the Guardian Artfeld Van Braces Beta. Now, the reason we're doing this is specifically for the Zoshia Super Recovery 2 from Zoshia's Pulse. That, the way it does its healing effect is when you at Super Recovery level 1, you heal 1 health every 2 seconds. When you have Super Recovery 2, you heal 1 health every 1 second. Now, when you're playing Lance, if you guys have ever played Lance, you don't really have to put your weapon away. You can sit there and guard everything, and if you're quick enough, you can perfect guard everything, making the damage you take a lot less. So, now that we've kind of explained it, let's go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty, the decorations. So, on both my lances, I have the exact same thing. Shield, Iron Wall, Handicraft. The reason for this, Artean needs a little bit of extra sharpness to survive, to make it a little more viable, because you always want to keep that white sharpness bonus as long as possible. We have Iron Wall to guarantee that we have everything. Okay, we want to guard up. The reason for this, we don't want to get knocked back when we're guarding. We don't want to be losing a ton of stamina. We use guard up, that way we can block all of the crazy big attacks that you really shouldn't be able to block. Okay, we have both of those exact same thing. Next up, we have 1, 2, 3 tenderizer jewels. And I opted for earplugs. And the reason for this is it kind of went into my immortal idea that I was thinking of for this. If you can't roar me, you can't hit me without me healing it back, and I'm guarding indefinitely, what can you do to me? What can a monster do to me? Absolutely nothing. Next up, we went with 3 defense jewels. And now the reason for that is because we have a defense charm 4. What this does is it gives us defense boost level 7, 10% defense increase, plus 35, plus elemental resistances of plus 5. This just kind of adds on to the whole power fantasy of I am a god, I am immortal, and you are not going to kill me. Higher your defense, the less damage you're going to take, obviously. That, all elemental resistances is actually pretty nice with a plus 5. Helps you take a little bit even less damage with our evasion mantle. And lastly, just a recovery jewel. And the reason we opted for recovery, because we already have level 2 recovery speed. Why not just make it nice and clean by slotting in a 3rd? Now it quadruples the speed at which I heal recoverable damage. So I'm healing even more than just the 1 health a second once I get past my red gauge. It's kind of crazy, I won't lie. So, that being said, and now that we've gone over my immortality build, let's go ahead and hop into some sort of hunt and see what it can do. Now, normally we fight like an arc build or something like that in these build guide videos. I decided we're probably going to be fighting a mix of Arkfeld, Gormagala, and Mizutsune. Zoshia is definitely on the harder end as far as weapons go, or as far as monsters go, my apologies. But it's not so difficult that it's bad. For me, at least, I just really noticed that the weapons themselves perform better against Zoshia than others. And for me, I wanted to showcase something with some monsters that are a little bit harder. Zoshia definitely kind of checks the boxes, but not in a phenomenal way. I'm worried that if I were to do a Zoshia one, I wouldn't be able to showcase the weapon very well or the build, because it's a very one-sided fight. Either you do it a certain way or you kind of die. I haven't even gotten hit yet to show off the recovery, so we're actually going to sit for a second. Because it's not tempered, so I shouldn't get one shot by the backflip. Okay, there we go. So you guys can see my health is climbing. And now we have the heal recovery from the 1 a second. But while I had red health, you guys saw it. It was insane. For me, at least, I enjoy Lance. This is actually my first absolute perfect Ardian roll, which was pretty cool to get the other day. It has 7 attack boost with 1 sharpness, which I was real happy about. I like Lance. I think the problem is that I like Lance a lot more when I'm playing by myself. It's a lot easier to control the monster this way. When I'm with other people, it's a little more difficult, but this build just absolutely eviscerates whatever monster it is that you're fighting. They just can't keep up. Because even now, like, this is a Mizutsune, I think it's a 4-star Mizutsune, 4 or 5-star. This thing hits. It hits hard. I won't lie. Not as hard as a tempered one, obviously, but like right here, you can see my health. Like this, by the time I were to sheathe my weapon, come out of focus mode, and start the heal, it would have been about the same time frame. Only now, I'm also getting all of the benefits. Yeah, like here, this is a prime example. I am half health. As long as I don't play so insanely dumb that I just get decimated. This just heals, and it heals. And the cool thing is that even with the poison, as long as I have like a Palico or a heal, it doesn't affect me. Like, look at this. The poison is ticking ever so slowly, but you can kind of tell. Look, and then Duck comes in like a G and refreshes me. Like, nah. Little surprised that it didn't hit me. Overall, I really like this build, just as a kind of mess around with everything. If you are struggling with any type of content, I feel like this is the build for. Maybe not on Lance, you definitely don't have to use Lance. It was just my idea, like, oh yeah, you know, if we're playing, we might as well have the best guard in the game too, right? Kind of piss our the monsters off that we're fighting, to be sad that they can't do anything to us. Oh, we've got like a form change on Mizutsune. Ooh, we did get hit by the backswing, but even still, like, I wasn't full health, I don't think, and that took half of it. It's pretty good, considering it could have hurt a lot more. I wonder with the extra damage increase, or defense increase I have, if I will survive a one-shot tail whip against a tempered Mizutsune. But we're actually going to sharpen, and then we'll get back into it. Yeah, unfortunately, my money is 100% on Mizutsune against the Kongalala. Let's go ahead and... Oh. There we go. I like Lance. Lance is fun. This build really was just kind of all about being the tank, being immortal. I don't know if that has variable damage based on where you get hit, but if it does, it's pretty nice. Broke the tail. Ooh. There might be, because that one felt like I took more damage that time. All right, now that it is almost week, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna capture it and take it on home. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is my immortal build, at least with Lance. You don't have to use Lance, you can use whatever weapon you want. For me, I just thought Lance kind of fulfilled the power fantasy of defense and survivability and just going to town. Another good one would probably be Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield can do a lot of stuff, plus you get the added movement and stuff like that. But in my opinion, it's a pretty fun build. If you're struggling with content, I would definitely recommend it. It was pretty easy to build once you got all of the Soshia parts. That being said, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Farewell.